Hello everybody. Let me show you how you can draw on top of your filtered image. Down here in interfaces, we already know about the pixel filter interface. That's the method process image. You have seen interactive, which will let you respond to mouse clicks and key presses. And then here's the drawable interface. And there's a long comment here, which you can read, which kind of explains how it works, but I will also show you. When you implement the drawable interface, you are implementing the draw overlay method, which is given the window that is doing the displaying and the original unfiltered image and the image that is the output from your process image method. So let me illustrate how this works on the highlight filter here. So my highlight filter is already implementing pixel filter and interactive. So now let's also make it drawable. And there's a compile time error now because me saying I'm implementing this interface means that I am agreeing to have the method, and I don't have the method yet. So let's implement the method here. Okay. So what I want to do is I just want to draw an ellipse right in the center of the screen. So I'll say window dot, and now this is a p-applet, and if you guys were in Intro Java, you know all of the drawing commands for p-applets. So ellipse is one of them, where you give it an XY coordinate and a width and a height. So let's draw it first at 1010 with a width and a height of 5050. And before we do that, let's change its color. So I'll say window fill color, no red, all green, no blue. Oops, I can't just say color. I have to say window.color because color is a method of p-applets. Okay, so let's take a look and see what this looks like. And then we'll change it a little bit. So I'm going to use the webcam. Here's my face and the mic. Filter, highlight. There we go. Okay, so we see the ellipse up here. It's centered at 1010, which is down 10 and over 10. Which is not very far, and the diameter I said was 50, and so that's why it's going outside the frame of my image. Notice that the overlay displays regardless of whether I'm actually applying the filter. So here I'm not, and here I am. So now let's put it in the center. So instead of 1010, I'm going to center it at original dot, let's do get height, divided by 2. Oh, wait, no, my mistake. I'm so used to doing rows and columns. I believe it's an XY coordinate. So I wouldn't want to say height. I would want to say width over 2. And then original.get height over 2. And let's run it one more time. Ah, great. There it is. So, eventually, you might want to use something like this to draw at the center of where you think the object is. So if you're trying to track juggling balls in the frame, you might want to put like a small dot at the center of where your code thinks the juggling balls are. So how do you do that if all you have is the images here? Draw overlay is only for drawing. You shouldn't do any of the clustering or any of the filtering here in draw overlay. So what you want to do is something like this. You could have some XY coordinates for where the center of the ball is, or like where you think the center of the ball is. Why not a statement? Oh, I can't. Sorry, you can only do that when you're initializing them. I mean, declaring them. Okay, so we're going to initialize x and y to 0, 0. And then each time process image runs, let's do this. We'll say x plus plus, y plus 3, and then if x is larger than image.get width, then I'll set x back to 0, and if y is larger than image.get height, then I'll set y back to 0. So this should create a kind of a moving set of coordinates for x and y. And remember, process image is going to run in a loop as fast as it's able to. So now, down here in draw overlay, I can draw the ellipse centered at those coordinates. So all of your methods work together. The process image method is running to extract whatever information you need from the image, and then draw overlay draws afterwards. So let's watch it, and then that'll be the end. So highlight, whoops. And so now you can see the ball moving. And then when it gets to the bottom, it will hopefully wrap back to the top, and indeed it did. And then eventually, when it gets to the right-hand side of the screen, it will wrap back to the left-hand side of the screen. So rather than having your XY coordinates just increment, you can set your XY coordinates at the end of process image based on whatever it is that you've processed. Okay, I hope this is helpful.